What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are talking about the newest collection from Painted Polish, which is the At Sea Volume 4 collection. Now the first 3 volumes of the At Sea collection did come out before I ever tried them, but I do have part 4 and I have a lot of thoughts on it. So before we dive into the swatches, let's talk a little bit more about Painted Polish. If you haven't heard of them, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based in the US, and all of their polishes are 5 free, meaning they are free of 5 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish, and they're also cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. So this collection has 7 brand new nail polishes, and at first glance it's a little bit confusing because 3 of them are a coral color and 4 of them are a greenish teal color, and they look pretty similar, but once you see the swatches you will see they're all actually pretty different, and it is something that I absolutely love about Painted Polish, and I rant about it a lot and I will probably rant about it in today's video. But let me just go ahead and dive into the swatches and then we can talk about my rant, and we can also talk about pricing and availability and my thoughts on the collection specifically. So roll the swatch footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the Orly Bonder base coat. So I'm going to start off with the corally peachy colors and then we will move into the greenish teal colors. This first one is called Slammin Salmon, and it is a very aptly named salmon crelly polish. So it is packed with 3 different colors of hex glitters. We've got blue, green, and yellow metallic hex glitters in there. And even though this is a crelly formula, which is kind of a mix between a cream and a jelly, so you can get full opacity, but you can still see through the layers enough to get different layers of those glitters on the nail, it ended up actually being really opaque. So I can still see the layers, but I actually did get full coverage in the first coat. This is what it looks like in 2. It's super gorgeous. I just love the color combo. Next up we have the shade Dapper Snapper, and this is another crelly polish, again with this sort of salmon color going on. This one is a little bit dustier, I noticed, or it might just look a little bit dustier because the color within it is just a little bit more muted, but this one is packed with metallic gold flakes, which is another finish that I absolutely love from Painted Polish. And again, we did have really nice opacity in the first coat. When it comes to crelly polishes though, even if it is 1 coat coverage, I do like to do a second coat just so I can get all of the layers of glitter and shimmer in there. And this one is so gorgeous. It feels like an elevated neutral color. Definitely feels like a great summer shade, but also a good any time of year kind of color. And the third and final of the peachy shades is this one, Shrimply the Best. And this one's really interesting because again, we have that crelly formula, and this one has a scattered champagne holographic glitter in there. So it's not your usual silver hollow particles where when the light isn't hitting it, it looks silver. In this case, it actually has that sort of champagne, almost gold coloring. Now, I will say the hollow was being a little bit shy on camera. I do think it looks more holographic in real life. This one did have a slightly deeper base color to me, and it was slightly more sheer, but it still was almost 1 coat coverage, and I did get full coverage in 2. Just another gorgeous shade, but this one actually feels like it would be a perfect transition color into autumn. So now moving on to the teal base colors, we've got this one, Feelin Fin-tastic, and this is actually the same formula as Shrimply the Best. We've got this crelly formula with this champagne hollow shimmer running throughout, and you can see the hollow a little bit better in this one, and you can also see how it was more on the jelly side of crelly in the first coat, but I did get full coverage in 2, and it is an absolutely stunning one. Now, do keep in mind with some of these, I did find that they skewed a little bit more green on me, and that's probably because I have a very yellow undertone to my skin. So when it's paired up with that, especially for a crelly formula, it might look a little bit warmer or greener, but if you have a cool or pinky undertone, it might look a little bit more blue on you, but this one is absolutely stunning. I feel like it just sits in that perfect spot between blue and green, and I love that champagne hollow color. Next up we have Siren Sing Along, and this one is that same slightly greenish, on me at least, teal crelly base, and this one actually has that hollow shimmer, but it also has iridescent flakies running throughout. Now, I believe this one actually did have the silver hollow shimmer in here because it does lean a little bit cooler, but we have all of that extra added interest with those flakies, and they look so gorgeous. The main colors that I'm pulling when I look at it are pink into orange into yellow, but it's really a super shifty iridescent sort of flaky, and they're very irregular. So I don't know, it kind of just reminds me of like little pieces of seaweed floating in the ocean. I don't know, I like it. Then we have the shade Wish Upon a Starfish, and this one is another teal crelly base, and this one actually has a really unique combination of glitters in here. So we actually have these dusty pink and soft golden yellow irregular flakies running throughout. So there's some smaller ones, there are some bigger ones, and this one I did notice that the teal base color did look a little bit more of that bluish teal on me. And again, this might just be because the glitter colors in there kind of trick my eye, but I did think that this one was a little bit different. But this is so stunning. What a unique color combination. I fell in love with this as soon as I started applying it. And last but not least, we have actually my favorite of the whole collection. This one is called Mermaid You Look. Again, we've got that teal crelly base, and this one is packed with metallic hex glitters in a bunch of different colors. It's different shades of pinky, purple, blue kind of shades, but we've got like a more fuchsia pink, we've got a softer, more lavender kind of pink, and then the same with the blues. We've got that deeper indigo kind of color, and then we also have like a softer aqua kind of color, and I just love this. It feels very classic mermaidy. Again, we had that slightly more opaque crelly formula here, so it was really easy coverage, pretty much one coat coverage, but I did need a second, and I just love the color combination, so can't get enough of it. So here are all the shades together. We've got the corally salmon colors on the top, we've got the tealish green colors on the bottom, and I have to say, looking at them now, I do see some slight variation in the base color, and I think they all really suit the glitter colors in there very well. Like you can see, especially with Mermaid You Look, that one is the most teal colored, and I feel like that works the best for what those shimmers and glitters within it are, and it kind of just works like a really beautiful gradient of base color as the pigments within it shift. So very interesting. I just really love the variety of different glitters here, and I also love the creativity of the glitter choices within, especially for Wish Upon a Starfish. I've really never seen a color combo like that, so very impressed with that one. So yeah, those are the polishes, and as you can see, even though at first glance they do look similar, they all have different features and finishes that make them very special. Now, do I think you need all of them? Probably not. If you're a collector, it's fun to have all these different options, but if you're just looking for one coral polish and you want to have a specific type of glitter in there, then you can really just pick whichever one works best for you. But I will say, as a nail polish collector and lover of nail polish, I think they're different enough that you can really have all of them and not feel like you just bought dupes. But yeah, like I always say, when it comes to painted polish, I love the way that they do their collections, where they really just take a color or a couple of colors and expand on that so well and make them so interesting and different. And it's just really fun to see the different ways that you can make a specific type of polish. And it's also just really fun to have all the different options. You know, sometimes I'm in a gold fleck mood, but sometimes I'm in a rainbow crelly glitter mood. And I just really like having the option of both without having to switch out the color that I had in mind. So yeah, they're absolutely incredible at curating these color stories where it's really just one color in a bunch of different finishes or one finish in a bunch of different colors, and it is just something I will never get tired of. I think they are a severely underrated brand. So that's enough ranting for now. Let's talk about pricing. All of these polishes come in 13.2 milliliter bottles. They do have a wide flat brush that has a rounded tip, so application is very easy. And the price does range based on the finish of the polish, but all of them range between $11 and $13 USD on the Painted Polish website, which I will link down below. And I also have a discount code, so you can use the code KELLI to get 10% off your order there. I'll also pop that in the description, so you can check them out if you're interested. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think of this brand, and what do you think of the way they do collections like this, where they're really just playing with color theory? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Which color is your favorite from this collection? Leave it in the comments. And also, let me know if you've tried any of the previous @C the volumes, let me know if there's any polishes that I absolutely need from them. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my Royal Astronomer Amanda M, as well as my Cosmic Admirals, Rocket Man's daughter, Paula, Ken, and Rosie. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Pookie Bear, and Pookie Bear wants to know, what video game are you currently playing? I have a confession to make. I have not played any games in so long. Honestly, between looking for a place to move to and then preparing for the move and then moving, I just have not had an opportunity. I finished the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet game, but I never completed it. And I also have not played Skyrim, my other favorite game, in months. And I haven't even set up my PC yet in the new place. So that's something it's gonna come eventually. But there is one game that I have been playing a lot of, and it's actually really embarrassing because it's a phone game. I don't even know what it's called. I just call it my moth game. It's called Starlight, and it's basically a game where you collect moths and you feed them pollen. And I don't know, I just think they're really cute, so I like it. But that's really the only game I've been playing. I feel like all of my free time right now has gone to setting up in the new place, but as soon as everything is set up, I am definitely going to be going back to games. I don't know, this is actually embarrassing because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I don't know when the DLC for Scarlet and Violet is coming out, but once that comes out, I'm probably going to be glued to my TV for a very long time. I'm having a little lull, but if anybody has any games that they suggest, clearly my preference in games is something that is very low stakes and nothing fast happening at one time. I just like vibing, you know? So if you have any suggestions, leave it down below and we'll chat about it. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.